You're welcome to our YouTube channel. In our last week training video, I showed you how you can create a row level security in your data set or in your report. Today I'm going to teach you how you can create a dynamic row level security. That is how you can grant access to certain people to your report and how you can restrict certain people from having access to certain aspects of your report. So stay tuned with me. But before I continue, I want you to click on the subscription button below this video if you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, and also don't forget to hit the notification button if you want to be among the first set of people that gets notification each time we post a video on our YouTube channel. So today we are going to look at the dynamic row level security. Now this is actually a matrix table that I created. As you can see, the matrix table, when I click on this to collapse the component category, you can see the subcategory in this particular table. Then when I want to see the color, now you can see I have category, the subcategory, and I have the colors. If I want to see the color for any of the subcategory, for instance, the break, I click on that to expand. I can see the only color we have that is available for this particular business for break is silver. I want to collapse, I click on that to collapse that. Also, if I want to see, for instance, that for the handlebar, I click on that. I see there is no color for that. That's why we see the NA. There is no color for it. There is no color available. Now, if I want to see more category, for instance, the clothing, if I want to see the subcategory, I click on that to expand the button. I expand down. Whenever I click on expand, I can see the button. I click on the cap. I can see we have multicolors for cap. That one is available. For instance, the jersey, I click on that. We can see we have the yellow and multicolor for the jersey. So that's what is available. But for the socks, we can see the colors that is available for this business: white. For that of the tights, we can see the color that is available, that is black. So if I want to collapse that, I do that. Okay, now this at the bottom of this is my slicer. So when I click on any of this, you can see, for instance, if I'm interested in seeing that for category, that for component, I click on that, I can see only the component category. If I want to see more on that, I click on this and expand that. I can see the subcategory for what? The component. I want to clear that. I click on this to clear off that. Okay, now in this particular case, now I want to show you how to build the row level security. Now, in order to build a dynamic row level security, you have to create a table known as email. You create a table and you import it into Power BI. Now you can see, by go to my table view, you can see this table I've just created. Now I've created this table and you can see each of this. On the table I have two columns. One is the email ID, the other one is the category. Now on the email ID, I have the email address of each staff of the company. Now you can see for this particular person and this particular person, the email address appears twice. Now, but this particular person is given access to see the component category of this particular data set and also the clothing category of this particular data set. That is any of my reports that is being created, or any of my report that is created with either of this category, the staff with this particular email address will have access to such report, will be able to view such report. Now, so what we're going to do, we're going to create the row level security. So as usual, you click on the modeling menu, you go to manage role. Now when you click on the manage as role, you click on create role. In the create role, you type the limited access. Now this particular staff is going to have limited access to report that has the report that has to report that put it on enter button report that has certain category in it. Okay, now that's the limited access. So in this particular, I go to my email address. Now is the email address that is very, very important. Now I'm going to click on this. I go to the filter. I click on email address column. Now in the email address column, I want to give each of the staff access to certain of the reports in my dataset. All I need to do, I will wipe off this and type the user principal name. Okay, bracket close, bracket open and bracket close, user principal name. Click on this check mark to, okay. I'm going to create another one. Let's see. No restriction. So the first person is giving limited access. This particular person has no restriction. Okay, I'm going to leave this as that, and I click on save. Okay, now in this particular case, now I'm on my desktop. Now when you come to this email address, you can see this particular uh, name I make use of. That is my desktop name. Now when you come to my desktop, let me create a major here. I create a new major. I'm going to type the username there. Okay, let me call that user principal name and hit enter. Well, when I hit on the enter button, it's telling me that I have such name. Okay, okay. Then I click and drag and drop here. Well, when I drop there, let me convert that to card. Now you can see that what you see here, that is what is on this table. Now I'm on my desktop. I want to view my data sets on the desktop level. So if I want to take it to the cloud, I'm going to change that with my email address or the email address of the staff I want to have access to that particular category, which is components and clothing. So that's my email address. So I'm trying so that I can view it on my system. So what I'm going to do is this. Okay, if I do this now, okay, in this particular case, okay, let's assume I want to change this. Let's assume I want to change that. Let's say, let me remove that. Let me just remove that. So you can understand what I'm trying to do. Okay, in this particular case, I said replace. Okay, I said replace that with. I said replace it with info at. Okay, let me just assume that. Now you can see automatically Power BI does that. So let's click on close and apply. Now we click on close and apply. Okay, now we click on close and apply. Okay, now let me go to this. Now when you go to view as row, and when we go to view as row, you click on that. When you click on that, you click on limited assets and click on OK. But when we do that, you can see I can't view anything. There's nothing that's been viewed here. So why? Because I'm on my desktop. And for me to know my username on my desktop here, on my desktop is this. This is my username for the desktop. That's my username for my desktop. This is my username. So when I'm going to change it to this, when I'm going to change it to this, when I'm going to change it to that, when I'm going to change this, you see, I try viewing as this. I can't view anything. Now, when I'm going to change this email ID here, Now I'm going to change this email. I'm going to change this email to, let's go to our query. Okay. So the moment I'm going to change it to that category. Now you can see only clothing and component that is assigned to my username on my desktop. So when I come to my data set, you can now see I can only view this data as that. I can only view the clothing and that for the components. So, and you can see even my slicer, that is how it works. So every other pages, every other report I create will be affected by that. All other reports, the clothing and the component. Now you can see this particular report is showing only clothing and component, clothing and component. But when I click on stop viewing, when I click on stop viewing, it releases that and stop viewing. Now you can see this part, I can see all other categories. So this is going to affect all your row level security.